live like McConaughey. Hey everybody, welcome to the Charron Zone. I'm going to go over some listeners' questions. And this is from Michael. He had a few different questions for me, so I'm going to go over them one at a time to keep it short and to the point. So his first question is, how did you get started opening for national acts? A lot of people ask me this. And so basically I was only doing, not only, but it was the way I was making a living was I was playing only solo acoustic gigs. I had moved to Nashville and desperately needed money because we were completely broke. And I would go to, come back down to South Florida, down to the Keys, play to make money, play on bar stools. And then I would go to New England and do the same thing during the summer, play a bunch of bars and restaurants. And it was, that I still think is the greatest way. If you can be a solo performer, solo acoustic or, with a keyboard or something like that, or do it as a duo, if you have a guitar player that you can, rely on and do a bunch of gigs, that's great too. But I really think that's the best way to cut your teeth and put in your hours and really just learn and make money at the same time. So that's what I was doing. So when I say I was only doing solo acoustic gigs, that means I was not playing any band shows at this point. And I was playing 5-6 times a week to make a living. And I was in New England, and we were about to fly to Key West so that I could do a week there, playing solo acoustic at Margaritaville. And I had booked this place called Indian Ranch, which is a place that I play now all the time. And I've opened for Willie Nelson and Charlie Daniels there, Bret Michaels a bunch of times, Big and Rich, Eli Young Band. So I got the opportunity to perform on the side stage, or the backstage. They've moved it, and now it's kind of further away from the main stage. But at this point, this was like 10 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. So I had no idea what to expect for this gig because someone else had booked it for me. And usually I book all of my own stuff. So I get there, and it was to play on basically around the picnic tables, when people are having lunch, before the main stage opens. Kind of it's almost like an audition stage. So if you do really well there, then they take some people and they invite them to come back and open on the main stage for national acts. So definitely I would suggest looking for venues that do just that, that give people a chance to, and these are free shows. I keep talking about free shows and people freak out. It's so controversial. And they're like, I never do free shows. I would never pay to play. I would never do this. I would never do that. And listen, how can I say this? Take into consideration who is telling you this, because I don't know of anyone who's really successful who hasn't done things for free. It's always the people that are kind of still stuck in the same rut that they were 20 years ago that are saying, I would never do anything for free. And it just might be that you're stuck in that rut, or you're stuck still playing at very, very small places, and your career won't take off because you won't invest in yourself. When you do stuff for free, or obviously if you pay to play certain things, it's an investment in yourself. So having said that, this is something I was doing for free. I was going to play in front of 50 people. at, while they were having lunch on the corral stage is what it's called. So to make a long story long, I went, and the person that booked it had given me the wrong time and the wrong information, said that I didn't need a PA. So I pull up, and this place is huge. I don't know if you ever saw a Crazy Heart movie with Jeff Bridges, but it's just like that. Like, there's a scene where he pulls up in his truck with his amp and a guitar, and he's going to open for the big national act, and they're like, "Where's your buses?" And he's like, "This is it, my beaten down truck." So there's thousands of people at this venue, so it was very intimidating. So I go to so here's the thing. It was a CLINT BLACK. He was headlining the show. So I go to play next to go to play next to the picnic tables, and I was late, so the stage manager was not very happy with that, and I had no PA, so we were all very freaked out. So long story long, I took an opportunity and I jumped on it. So we were freaking out because we didn't have a PA and I was late. So I was like, what am I going to do? So I just I grabbed my guitar, put it around my neck, pulled the sound hole cover out, and just started playing with no PA and straight up acoustic. Just started walking around to the ladies and gentlemen, and I would sit on the picnic table and I would invite people to sing along. And it was cool. It was fun, people really liked it. It was even more personal for everyone. So this story is like a movie. So literally, I'm doing this for 10 minutes, and John O'Loughlin, who is a dear friend of mine now, he was the stage manager, and he was the one who was aggravated because I was late and I had no sound system. So he saw me do this. I did it for like 10 minutes, and he calls me over, and I thought I was in trouble or something. And he calls me over and he's like, "Tim, do you want to open for CLINT BLACK?" I said, "Yes, I do, John." He goes, "Look over there. You see those stairs? Run up those stairs, go out to the stage, plug in sound check. You've got 3 minutes to get up there and be sound checked." And then he's like, "And then you have 15 minutes to play whatever you want." So I had flip-flops on because I thought this was the most laid back gig ever. So literally I run up those stairs to that backstage area. Now that I've been in that backstage area probably 50 times as a guest or as the opening act. And I run out there and I start sound checking, and I'm sound checking in front of like 2,000 people at least. And then I always tell people, always have like a 3 or 4 song arsenal, which are songs that you can play in your sleep, that you've been playing since you were 2 years old, that when you get an opportunity, or you're going to go, jump in and sit in with someone or whatever, if you get an opportunity, you've got 3 or 4 songs that you just know that you can crush and not have to worry about the song, not worry about picking what you're going to play. Like, you already know, you have this little mini set list in your mind that you've done a billion times, and that's what I did. And that frees you up to perform a little bit more, interact with the audience a little bit more, because you're not worried about the technical aspect of what you're playing and what you're doing. So, that was it. That's how I started to open for bands. So for national acts, I was super mega prepared from years of playing solo acoustic gigs. And then I created an opportunity for myself because I just decided to grab my guitar and go and serenade people. And then when I was offered the opportunity, I did not hesitate for 1 second to say, hell yeah, get me on that stage. I'm going to go crush it. And then I crushed it because I was so prepared. I had those 3 or 4 songs or whatever that, I could do in my sleep, and that I knew that people would like. I played a couple of originals and a couple of covers. And of course the covers are songs that everybody knows, that You just know, everyone knows every single word, and that they're gonna like it. So, and that was it. That's how I got to open for CLINT BLACK, and then, then I just started seeking those opportunities out and hunting them down like a rabid dog. The stuff doesn't fall in your lap, or it didn't fall in my lap. After that, I would put out all of my marketing stuff, and I would put open for CLINT BLACK. And then they invited me back, and we opened for Jerry Jeff Walker, full band on the main stage. And, it wasn't the biggest show, but, establishing relationships with people is so, everyone says, oh, you have to network. And you do have to network, but it's more of establishing relationships with people and being professional so that those people know that they can trust you. And that really is the key. It's not really like who you shake hands with or who you get their business card. It's who you follow up with. It's when you work with somebody, are you over prepared? Are you overly gracious and nice and easy to work with? That's half the battle. And 45% of the battle is, or I should say maybe 95% of the battle, is doing a great job and being very professional so that those people can trust that if they call you with another opportunity, that you are just going to be really great to work with, easy to work with, that you're just going to jump in there, you're going to do your job great, you're not going to cause any issues, you're not going to show up late, you're not going to get drunk on stage. Just all of these things are super important. So then the next year they invited us full band to open for Bret Michaels, and that was another big opportunity. And I prepared for months for that one show. I knew it was going to be a really big opportunity, and things started changing. But I used those names. I used those names deliberately to, CLINT BLACK, Jerry Jeff Walker, Bret Michaels. I've used those names deliberately in my marketing to let people know that I open for national acts, and then so I could attract more national acts, and then I would go after, if I saw an opportunity to, open for Dustin Lynch, which we did in Florida, or open for Big and Rich, or we're opening for Parmalee. I've been, I keep on top of things and really go after them like a rabid dog, because these are high leverage gigs. Every one of the names on the list of the over 30 national acts that I've opened for me is like money in the bank. I can use that, or you can use that when you start doing them. You don't have to go like pin it on your forehead and tell everybody that oh, I've opened for this person, I've opened for that person. I mean, putting it on your marketing, on your business card. I have on the back of my business card, I have a list of people that I've opened for: Willie Nelson and Bret Michaels and Charlie Daniels and Big and Rich, on postcards. So on a lot of your marketing stuff that venues are going to get, then you should put that you've opened for these people, because it's social proof. Once you start opening for people, let people know, then they will understand. The venues and the bookers will at least think, well, let's give this person a shot because they've opened for these big national acts. Then you go in there, and again, it's all about showing up and being a cool dude. It's all about showing up, not being too like in people's faces or talking their faces off, or don't be high maintenance, be low maintenance, be easy to work for, easy to work with, especially when you're the opening act. you want to be kind of like to the venue. You want to be kind of, in a way, invisible. Like you don't want to cause them any more work or any more. You want to be very fluid. You want to be very agreeable. You want to be. I mean, we went through a lot this summer, so we did some big festivals. We opened for Maddie and Tay. We opened for Randy Houser. We opened for Ronnie Millsap. We opened for the Wailers, and we opened for Fastball, the band Fastball. And these shows, we had a lot of, we're gonna move your time. We're gonna shorten your and Charlie Daniels. We're gonna move your time. We're gonna shorten your set. We need to not give you a sound check. You're gonna have to go line check in front of 3,000 people, like all of these things, and you don't have to. I was gonna say you have to, but it's up to you. You should look at them and say, okay, no problem. Literally, I would tell them, look, we're just here. We're here to work around your schedule and the national act schedule. We just want to be easy to work with. It's totally cool. If when we opened for Ronnie, I think it was Ronnie Millsap, we were playing 2 sets that day. We're opening for Ronnie Millsap in the morning. The first set was like 1:00 in the afternoon or something like that. And then we're opening for Maddie and Tay in the evening. And our first set was supposed to be an hour, and we only got to play 4 songs. So it was like 10 minutes. But the venue explained it to us, and they were like, hey, this is what's happening. We have to move it around because of logistics and this and that. Also, the Randy Houser show, which was the next day at the same festival, same fair. We played our first set, and then we were going to play another set, and Randy Houser was going to come on. Well, we were back in the RVs relaxing, and they one of the crew comes running in, and they're like, hey, you guys have to be on in 10 minutes. We're supposed to be on in like 2 hours. And we're like, oh, okay, what's up? And they're like, there's a storm coming, and we have to make sure that Randy Houser gets on stage and plays because of the contract and everything. So we're like, 10 minutes? Okay, let's get dressed and go back out and hit the stage. So there you go. That's my explanation of how I started to open for national acts, and I hope it helps because I had no one to advise me as to what to do. I just had to make this stuff up on my own. I made tons of mistakes, and after 10 years of doing this, it's been amazing, and I feel like I've learned a lot of what not to do and what to do. So take those things and let me know if it helps. I really hope it does, because like I said, I didn't have anyone to advise me or guide me through this stuff. So if I can do that for you, it'd be great, because I want everybody watching and listening to this, if your dream is to be like my dream is to be a professional musician and have a great fan base and play these big, huge shows and have people go crazy for your music and celebrate your music, and have a music career that you can really be proud of. I want you guys to do that. I want you guys and girls to feel that, and to have that pride of building your career and having these amazing shows. It's the most amazing thing in the world. I thank God that I get to do it, because it's the most amazing thing to me. So anyway, having said that, I'm going to wrap it up, and do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to these podcasts and video blogs, and hit the notification button. Extremely important, so that you know when I'm uploading a new video if you're on YouTube. If it's the podcast, please subscribe, download them, and get your free book that I wrote about exactly this stuff. It is at howtobookgigs.com. Super easy. Just put in your email. It'll send you the ebook. And it's a quick read, but it is 10 years of opening for national acts and building up my fan base and building my career in touring and all of that, all condensed into this one little mini booklet, so to speak. So howtobookgigs.com.